Alright, welcome people to my guide to a free-to-play yanfei. Well, sort of free-to-play. I only have 5 minutes to make this video, so we're going to be going over it quick. Talking about substats, team composition, splitting it into 2 parts if necessary. Hopefully it's not. So let's get straight into it. We're going to be starting with her artifact sets. It's, well, obviously Witch of Crimson Flame. For the flower, it's always going to be an HP main stat, and the feather is always going to be an attack percent main stat. I recommend attack percent, attack, crit rate, crit damage. You're going to want a pyro damage goblet with the same stats mentioned for the flowers. That's going to be a pretty common theme for a pyro DPS like yanfei. As for her hat, you're going to want crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent as a substat. You're always going to want the opposite crit version of the one that you have on your weapon, unless your weapon doesn't have a crit stat. So if you have a crit rate weapon like Sacred Winds, you're going to want a crit damage. If you have a crit damage catalyst, you're going to want crit rate. As for this, I recommend attack percent or elemental mastery, because the team is very elemental reactive based. So, energy recharge. Her burst is her least favorite attack. It can do big numbers. It can be really useful, but it's not exactly the best to have it level up. I recommend focusing on the talent priority level up of her basic attack. And for her weapon, I recommend this thing. The Eye of Perception is a purple weapon you can get from pulling on any of the banners. I don't know about the Noelle banner. It allows you to do physical damage from time to time, and if you don't have access to it, you can make Mappa Mare, which is a free-to-play weapon catalyst that I recommend for people who don't have this weapon. Now on to team compositions. Barbara. We're going to be starting with elemental reaction of Hydro and Pyro, which is Vaporate. This allows you to activate basically a worse version of Hu Tao. Of course, this is the free-to-play Hydro version. This is a free-to-play Hydro character. She can heal, as most characters of the Hydro element do. She can easily apply Hydro, but she's not the best Hydro support for yanfei. I recommend Xingqiu if you have him. He's a wishing character, so not everyone does. With a sacrificial sword, if you have it. If not, just energy recharge out the wazoo. His best stat are his burst and elemental skill. He's a support to apply Hydro, and he can be very powerful, but I do recommend energy recharge build. And now we're going for Overloaded with Lisa for the free-to-play team. Her burst allows her to do electro damage outside of the field, meaning that will do consistent Overloaded with yanfei. Ryden, if you have her. I have her, but I got lucky. Her E-skill allows you to infuse your attacks with Electro, allowing easier Overloaded. And she allows high energy recharge. That way you don't need energy recharge on your yanfei. And now for the shielders. Noelle. She's a basic shielder. She's a healer. She has a claymore. I do recommend high defense stats. I only have 30 seconds left. High defense stats and a claymore of either energy recharge or defense, like White Blind. And then you have Zhongli. I just recommend him with an HP build and a energy recharge polearm. So that is my guide to a free-to-play yanfei build. Thank you so much. Goodbye.